Jared Polinfro knows photo.com. It's time for a critique of people's works from structures. I mean, not everything's a structure, but there's some cool shots in here that I thought we should point out as honorable mentions and critiques. And what I thought was cool about this, obviously it was Halloween, and I didn't really want to do the Halloween type theme just because I didn't just want pictures of characters and things like that. But, you know, here we go. This is a really cool, well, first off, great costumes. I thought it was cool that there's some off-camera lighting done outside. I think that the flash is a little too harsh on here because it's not balanced as much with the background, and it just looks like Flash, but maybe they're going for the harshness of the light to go with the type of characters that these two are. It looks like the wind was blowing, which is really cool, but I thought it was a cool shot outside. Filled the frame very well. I possibly would consider leaving a little bit of extra room, pulling back just a little bit and centering a little more in this case, as it's a little strong onto this side. That's just what I feel for this one. Oh, hello. Wait, let me rearrange this box just so it looks better. Mark Evers took this of me in New York. I was on the phone with my dad. This was at the photo show. It's not an advertisement for Think Tank. I was just on the phone, standing outside waiting for the bus, which we ended up walking in New York. And Mark took this. I believe he shoots with a Pentax. He may be the only Fro reader that shoots with a Pentax. Actually, there's probably about 5. I thought it was a cool shot, nice composition. Guess he's trying to get the bag in. I probably would have shifted over a little bit to keep me less in the middle. You know, I would put myself about here, but I thought it was a cool shot. That's why I wanted to showcase it. Then we've got this one from Jan-Erik Edvardsen. One thing that I saw here, it's a cool angle. I like the grain. I like the stuff like that. If we could have cut off this white thing down here at the bottom and just had the Colosseum touching and kissing the bottom edge, I think it would have been cooler. But that white is just throwing me off just a little bit. Not sure if you agree with that, but it's throwing me off just a slight bit, and I would have been cool just to say Colosseum and then have the rest of the dome there. And then they had a second photo there that I really thought was cool. What a cool job on processing. We've got all these taxis. We've got these 2 ladies walking their kids across the street. You got the mid-step, post-step, and it's just like the shadows. Really cool shot shooting into the lights of these taxis. Thought it was awesome. That's why I put it here as an honorable mention. I love gummy bears, and to do work with gummy bears, JGVFGC. You know what's funny about these glasses? There's nothing there. There's nothing there, and they don't make me see better, but they just look cool, I think. I love gummy bears, and they built a gummy bear structure. Well, the gummy bears are building the structure out of, looks like, what are these things called? Not Q-tips, because they would hurt if you put them in your ear. Toothpicks, and, oh, that's cool. This gummy bear has a crane, and they're putting up the marshmallow. It's just really cool. I thought it was a nice job, and that's why I pointed it out here. Way to think outside the box and come up with a way to make the structures, and I hope you enjoyed eating the gummy bears. This was cool, and I think what added to this photo is this shadow of the person, or the silhouette of the person, because if they weren't there, it would just be a normal picture of a structure that was very, very high contrast, but because the person's there, it gives you some interest, like, is the person walking into their building? Is the person doing this? What are they doing? It's a really thick shot. I'm curious to know why the background is so dark over here and you've got the trees over here, if that was done deliberately or it was just a really dark shaded area in the background. But I liked it, John. Johnny Fastback. And I love these type of shots that lead you. I mean, this would be good for leading lines, which is funny because that's what this week's theme is leading lines. This would be a good leading lines photo because it's leading you all the way up the structure. Even if they moved closer and shot up this way, there would have been another leading lines. But we see how it's leading your eyes up the structure. We see this in focus, and we're leading all the way up. So that would be a, hey, I said structure and leading line. So both of them would have worked. So go out and try it again this week. Get some more leading lines. Squirrel! And then we had this, you know, being that I've been at an airport recently, I just think it's cool. This guy's like running to where he's going, and the silhouettes of the people, you know, making their way through the concourse is really cool. And that's why, you know, I thought it was a cool shot. Maybe I'd like to see more contrast so that you would see less of this and more of a blown out background, and the silhouettes would be darker and things like that, so you don't see as much detail in them. But it's cool. Oh, look, there's a kid holding the hand of a mother. Really cool shot. Yeah, some of those things I'd like to see a little more high contrast, maybe even a wider shot if possible, so you could get more of what's going on in the terminal. But I do like it the way it is. Just maybe it's another option is to shoot a little wider as well as the tight shot. This is from Philadelphia, shot at 2 in the afternoon. It is a structure of one of the bridges. William 124 shot this, and I'm not sure if it's the Ben Franklin or the what's that guy's name? What's that writer's name? I can't remember his name right now. Nope, can't remember his name. Think it could be the Ben Franklin Bridge. Nice blues, nice shot. I like how they used the gradation up here to draw you into the bridge. What would be cool is if we could have blown the background out slightly more so that the water tower and things like that weren't distracting in the background. But the bridge is what I'm drawn to. I'm drawn to the colors, and I think it's a nice composition and nice framing. That's why it's picked here for one of those honorable mentions. And then here's a cool fisheye shot. This was from Norway, I think, from Wilps, W-I-L-L-P-S. Nice job. It's not easy to get cool shots with a fisheye, but utilizing that creative crop, you were able to get something really, really cool and useful. It shows a lot of the city. I love the dimensions that's going on here. We've got lines running this way. We've got lines running that way. We've got buildings going this way, and there's intersecting lines all over the place that are just really working well in this photo. Great job with the creative crop. In this case, it worked really, really well for the landscape. You've got the reflections here of this building and other buildings. This is a cool shot. You know, honorable mention here for that. Don't know why I didn't put it in the top 5. Can't think of why right now, but I think it's a cool shot now that I look at it even closer. So there you go. That is your critique for the weekend theme that was structures. Be sure to post your weekend theme photos for lines and leading lines in the forum this week so that we could get somebody to win some Adorama Picks books, because the hardback books are really, really cool and they sponsor the videos, which is a great thing. So that's about it, guys. Have fun. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.